Hi, welcome to the In the Studio UK podcast. My name's Chloe, and today I'm joined by singer-songwriter from Birmingham, Gaby K. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, Chloe. How are you?
I'm good. So for anyone that's not heard your music before, how would you sum up your music style? What can they expect to hear from your music?
Probably say I'm poppy soul kind of vibe. I kind of try and throw out a little bit of R&B, but not so much. Probably more of the pop kind of feel. But yeah, I kind of with a lot of my music, it talks about kind of serious stuff, but I kind of play on the kind of jokey side of it, because I just think I'm not really a serious person. I just can't be a serious person. I find it too hard. So yeah, you kind of hear the words of the songs are quite serious, but the way I sing it and the way, some stuff that I'm saying, you're kind of oh, she's just broken up with someone, but she's laughing about it. So that's kind of my vibe. Yeah.
Putting a positive spin on things.
100%, definitely.
Yeah. So you've said that music has been a massive passion in your life. How did you get into music and songwriting especially?
Yeah, well, it literally was one of those things. I've always listened to music. My family's just massively into everything. So my mom's full on R&B kind of and soul, and then my dad was rock. So from the age of literally 1, I've been listening to Beyonce, J-Lo, and Led Zeppelin, the extremes basically.
Good range of music taste, that's for sure.
So so I love pretty much majority of music, and I kind of one day just realized, I can sing a little bit, I just enjoyed singing. And then just my friends basically put me into the school talent show, got years and years ago now, and just no one knew I could sing, and it was whoa, wait, what is this girl doing? No, she should not be there. And then I won, so I was okay, yeah. I'm not that bad. From there, I used to always write, and I didn't actually realize I was kind of writing songs, and then I realized, wait, hold on, yeah, this could be, I could sing these. And then from there I kind of just carried on singing, and then thought, why can't I make this a career? So that was my next step, and I took it, and here I am.
Yeah, so you obviously before the last year, the mess that has been this last year, you used to do a lot of gigs in London and Birmingham. What took you from, that scene to then releasing your first songs in 2019? Was there much of a journey, or did you do it all around the same time?
It was, so I started off, obviously before everything, quite a few years ago, doing cover song gigs, just because I was not ready to sing my own songs. And at that point, to be fair, it was very much, I feel the music industry is very much I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm just gonna kind of take each step as I can and see where it goes. And luckily I was able to through mutual friends meet someone, a producer, and obviously I'd already written the song, so produced the songs that I'd got ready, waiting for how many years, because I had them for so long. And then I kind of realized, so now I have these produced, I can actually obviously start singing them live. So I've literally just continued to build on writing and producing music, and then going out and gigging. And now I hardly ever do a cover song, which is great, because I'm I don't need to, because I've got literally a set list of my own music.
It's a really good position to be in, to have an audience that will recognize your whole set of songs as well.
Yeah, it's amazing when you're gigging, obviously before the pandemic, and people, you can see people singing along, and you're no way, you know my words, which is proper cool. But yeah, and obviously I'm excited to get back. I did one live stream through the pandemic, a proper one that I organized myself, which was amazing, because we sold over 115 tickets or something.
That's amazing.
115 people, so yeah, I was pretty buzzed about that. So I'm excited to actually get back to gigging face to face with people.
I can imagine. So jumping forward a little bit, you released quite a few singles in 2020 and 2021, which we sort of touched on a minute ago. they've all gone really well. They're all really good songs. What was the writing and recording process for those? You know, we've had a lot of songs, a lot of stories from lockdown, which are, you know, home studios and things like that. How different was it from versus the songs you released before lockdown?
Well, to be fair, like, so Guilty Pleasure that literally just came out, that I actually wrote before the pandemic, and we actually produced it way before the pandemic. It was like,
oh wow,
go, but I just didn't choose to release it. But yeah, all the others, like Is This Love, No, Ain't Worth the Fight, they were all within the pandemic. So it was literally Zoom calling to do these plumbing studio sessions. But it was like maybe like 2 weeks in of the pandemic, and I was like, right, I need to start getting stuff for my room, even if it's just the basic stuff. So I bought myself a laptop and like the microphone and everything that basically I needed. So I was like, I'm gonna have to obviously record it. It's gonna be have to be decent quality. So yeah, I literally, it's so weird doing like a video call to get like in the studio, and it was great at the time. You kind of like, oh, it's quite fun because you don't have to go anywhere, and I was going to London quite a lot, so I was like, oh, I don't have to commute so much. And then it gets like the third song and you're like, oh, I just want to be in the studio now. This is too much. I don't want to be sitting in my room like all day.
I can imagine. Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, looking forward into 2021, have you got any hopes or plans that you can tell us about? You must be looking forward to getting back to gigs eventually.
Yes, I have a few gigs coming up in June and July that I have definitely confirmed. Can't remember the dates though, because that is just totally me. I
was going to say, do you want to plug them? But obviously not then. You'll find them all on your Instagram, I'm sure.
I'm going to put them on all over my social media and like Songkick and stuff, so it's all basically there with the information, because I was speaking to the band and I was like, oh right guys, I've got these gigs, and they were like, cool, when? And I was speaking to them all individually, and each time I was like, I have no idea, I really need to know this, I need to put this in my calendar because I will forget. I am that person.
And if you didn't tell them all different dates, that would be embarrassing. Get them all turning up on different days.
I can't. That would be something that would happen to me, like 100%. But yeah, I'm actually working on my first ever EP, which I'm really excited about because I want it to be like amazing. So I'm just kind of no more singles that are going to be released right now. I'm just going to completely utterly focus on that, especially as like my new job now as well is completely working from home. There's no office, which is like the best thing that's ever happened to me. So I literally can balance my work and my music. So that is the main focus, to hopefully release at some point this year. But I definitely do not have a date.
Is the EP made up of any singles that you've already released, or is it all new music, brand new, never heard before?
New music, brand new. Yeah, I've got like it's going to be a small EP. It'll be about five to six songs, probably 5.
Good number, 5 for, you know, while you're still working and juggling things and everything and during all of this.
Yeah, they're like 100%. It's a lot of work. Like I was totally like, yeah, EP, woo, let's just do it. And then I was like, all right, yeah, no. So it's cool. Like you got the songs and you're like, all right, so I want to do music videos for these. It's like, oh yeah, great. Then you got to think about the promo and the photography and the PR, and you're like, yeah, it's a lot of work. This is a lot of work.
Tell me about it. It takes forever.
Worth it, but yeah, definitely. So I'm really excited for that. So that'll be good.
Yeah. That should be exciting. Good luck for the release and everything. Just taking a quick break here, we're going to listen to Gaby K's latest single. I'll let her introduce it and then we'll get back to the interview afterwards.
I'm Gaby K and this is my song, Guilty Pleasure.
I see you every day for a start, and that just means more temptation. It was just a silly little thought, didn't think there'd be any reciprocation. Didn't see you grab me so close. But honey, this can't be a thing. I just wanted a small dose. Now I can't forget the mistakes we made. Gotta keep it on the low, let it fade. 'Cause you're my guilty pleasure. Nothing needs to leave my mind. Yes, you're my guilty pleasure. Taking over my thoughts all night. Didn't think it'd get this far. Not trying to break no hearts. Feeling like I'm doing something wrong, yeah. Even though it's all in my thoughts. Now I can't forget the mistakes we made. Gotta keep it on the low, let it fade. 'Cause you're my guilty pleasure. Nothing needs to leave my mind. Yes, you're my guilty pleasure. Taking over my thoughts all night. Yeah, you're my guilty pleasure. 'Cause you're my guilty pleasure. I don't wanna say these words. I'm scared I'm gonna cross the line. 'Cause I got someone else to think about. And I know that you're not mine. 'Cause you're my guilty pleasure. Nothing needs to leave my mind. Yes, you're my guilty pleasure. Taking over my thoughts all night. Yeah, you're my guilty pleasure. You're my guilty. 'Cause you're my guilty pleasure.
I was watching one of your interviews that you did for it was the Ones to Watch in 2021 interview, and you said about the fact that some of your songs you wrote quite a few years ago, and now you've released them, and of course they're not about your current partner or your current lifestyle. How's writing and being able to get inspiration in lockdown been like? Because some people have said they've had more inspiration or writing more, and some people have said they've been doing less. Has it been hard or?
No, I honestly think it's literally been the same for me. Like, it hasn't really changed, but the way I write, like I said, like a lot of it is from like past experiences, because if it was now, I should not be with my boyfriend. So yeah, and I do have to obviously, when like I wrote Ain't Worth the Fight, and it was one of those kind of sessions where I did it with a producer, and we were talking about what we wanted, like sound wise, and he was just playing with a bit of music, and then I was just writing the words. I think we wrote it within like a day or something, and I was like, boom, okay. But obviously when I listened to it with my boyfriend, he was like, it's not about me, is it? I was like, what? Well, the title is Ain't Worth the Fight, so no, it's not about you.
It's you can't really write a breakup song when you're in a stable relationship. It sort of doesn't really fit together very well, does it?
Like, that's the way you're going to break up with them. You're like, yeah, listen to my song, it's about you. Oh, have you got the hint?
That's definitely an interesting way to break up with someone. I want to see if anyone's ever done that before.
A good way. Like, I want to say I'd love to do it, but I don't want to do it. Like, that'd be mean.
Not yet.
But yeah, no, it's literally just been like, if anything, it's probably helped me with my songwriting more, because I've thought about what I do, and the more oh God, what's the word? Like, the more people have kind of noticed who I am, and I'm doing like mini interviews, like that kind of questions obviously come up, and it makes you think like, oh, how do I write? And like people do ask me, and I'm like, I just, you know, just like
you just do it. You don't think about it.
I guess I've tried the whole, because people do it different ways, and I've tried the whole, oh, I get a song title and then I start writing about the song title. I cannot do that, because I've tried. I'll get a song title and then I'll start writing about something completely different. It could be like, oh, lovely day, and then the song is about the worst day ever, and I'm like, it doesn't really go. So yeah, that's how I do it, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, there's been some interesting people that we've interviewed that have like people have such different like processes, where there was one guy who said he basically writes and records his music in like an hour or two, and if it doesn't work, if it doesn't fit, if he can't finish it, it's binned. Like, he'll just do it that quickly. And other people like sit on music or songs for months or years before they release anything, and it's so different how like some people need that immediate release in order to be able to, you know, get the emotions out, and some people actually need to sit on it a bit longer to be able to get to the right place to release some music, depending on how emotional it is and things like that.
It's mental. I think I also, like, I've noticed when I hold a song, sometimes it is about that point in time when I've written it. So I'm like, I'm not ready to release it yet, because the people around me will 100% know what that is about, and I want to like release the feelings, but a little bit later, so not everyone's like, oh my God, it's about blah blah blah, because you're like, no, it's just, anyone can resonate to it. You can, like, I want it to, so that other people can be like, oh yeah, and maybe you'd be like, oh okay, she's obviously experienced that, but then you can also think, oh, I've experienced that as well, like that. It's not about me, it's just that experience that maybe we've all been through, or some of us have been through, that kind of thing. So
definitely.
Yeah.
So finally, if anyone was going to go to one of your gigs in the future, hopefully over the summer, what's your drink of choice that they should buy you at the end?
A gin, soda and lime. That's my drink.
Bog standard gin, or, you know, something flavoured, something a bit interesting, like a twist?
Bog standard. I'm happy for the cheapest gin you have in I'm not fussed. I mean, when you go to the bar and they're like, you say gin, soda and lime, and they're like, oh, what gin? And I'm like, what's your cheapest? What is your cheapest gin? And usually you get Gordon's. You're like, great. I think Tanqueray's basically Gordon's, just premium. So Tanqueray, you know, just keep it cheap, guys. Keep it cheap. It's all good with me.
Nice. That's good to know. Good to know. Thank you very much for listening, everyone. It was a pleasure to have Gaby K on the podcast this week. We'll be back in a couple of weeks with another episode. And in the meantime, check out our social media, our Spotify playlist, as well as Gaby K's in the description below.